video that I thought was pretty valuable, meaning I think you can look at this video and understand how do you actually create an app, an AI agent, whatever it is. And let's just kind of quickly define what an AI agent is, right? I think a lot of people, when they hear the word AI, they don't really understand how to think about it. I define AI agent specifically as a college intern, right? These interns have a PhD level education, but best of all, they have a perfect memory. They take your guidance with explicit instructions and pretty much operate as is, especially if you're very specific and you're very detail oriented. But more importantly, you have to understand the 10-80-10 framework. The upfront 10% that you're working with an AI agent, you have to give it that direction, which may be in the term of a prompt. You have to give it context. You have to give it explicit direction, and you have to tell it what you're expecting for the output. Meaning, you have to tell it what success looks like. Then it'll carry out the next 80%, right? But at the end of it, you have to come back and refine it, update it, and configure it so that one, you're giving it feedback, but two, you're really catering that work towards what you intended that AI agent to do. Just like you would do with a college intern, right? You usually don't get work from an intern and expect it to be perfect, exactly what you wanted. So here's what I mean, right? Now, NAN. So what you want to kind of understand is like, so you can brain dump now into ChatGPT to create prompts that you can now plug into Claude Code. And then Claude Code is gonna be linked up to 2 things, which is NAN skills, the JSON MCP, Claude.md, and that allows you to create a workflow summary that ultimately lets you to create something like this. And this might be a little overwhelming, right? But all you have to understand is that if you have ever seen a process flow, this is exactly what this AI agent is doing. They had to figure out in this one right here, when they get a lead, how do they route that lead? Does this go over here? Does this go over here? Does this go over here? Or does this go over here? Right. And once you understand how to break it up, then now essentially what I believe is what you're doing is sort of like you have an AI agent that kind of tells you exactly what to do with all these different items. And that's sort of AI automation, right? You might not even need a brain, especially if it's a straightforward process that is just being sent a certain way and handled a certain way. And that's something you can do today, right? So I'm in Nate's program, but you don't, you just got to understand what you're doing here, right? You can get AI code editor and you just calibrate the system prompt, and the system prompt will give you a prompt. And then once you get that prompt, now all of a sudden, oh, this is good. So essentially, this is you giving it call code. It's going to pull in from these different skills, and then it's going to put this into NAN. NAN is the actual workflow that allows you to, and then you just got to configure it afterwards, right? What your Gmail login is, et cetera, et cetera. So this is something that you can learn today and apply it today, right? It's so interesting. And this is something that you can do is like, hey, maybe you have an agent that's just to research, and then that research is going to come out here, and you figure out, hey, what am I going to do? How do I do this? How do I increase the adoption for my newsletter? Right? How do I create content for my newsletter? All these stuff matters, and you're going to have to figure out how do you stay relevant when everyone is having 3, 4, 5x your output because now they have AI agents doing all this work. It's essentially equivalent to you hiring a team without you incurring what a headcount cost would actually be. Hope this is helpful, everybody. Again, this is something that really think everybody should learn. And more importantly, they're making it more easy now than ever. And if you don't adopt these skills, then you're going to be behind, right? This is what I spend at least 30 minutes learning every single day because these skills, they'll stay with you forever. But if you think about where the workforce is going, chances are your skill going forward might just be creating AI agents and learning how to delegate those tasks to them. And then more importantly, retraining them. So you're not going to be doing 80% of the work anymore. You're going to be expected to be doing probably 8 times the amount of direction giving, which is the front 10%, or maybe 8 times on the back end of the workflow where you're reviewing work more often, you're giving it more feedback, and you're refining it. So that's where I see the workforce going. So hopefully this is helpful for everybody. Hope you all have an amazing Friday. Hope you spend some quality time with your family and friends today because that's what life is all about. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 841. Have a good one, everybody.